Hello everybody, this is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Welcome back to another edition of the Weekend Warrior. Today I am running online with Akosua, just helping them level up a bit. We are on the Great Tree server. Just random wording here. I don't want to go too high. I think level 50 is a hard limit for me right now for them. I want to say they're in the low to mid 30s. I believe they said 34 and we leveled them up once previously. So here's Villagers Black Jail. It's a level 46 light field. Probably a bit on the challenging side for them, but nothing that we as a team couldn't handle. And yet another nice way of paying it forward for us who've played a bit of Fragment, helping other people level up. I know folks like Spooky and Snownomi have helped me a great deal in the past to advance my levels. Certainly running with people like Doran and who plays Gambit, and Desert Retro who plays Edge, and Emus. The levels stack up in a hurry when you party up. Throwing some buffs their way here, and we're just going to be hitting a bunch of portals. Starting right away with a Dalagon. Plays out perfectly. I believe they've got a water attack. Yeah, you saw their elemental hit go off there. I'm just auto-attacking since my weapon has Death Touch. See, we netted them a cool 29 experience there. Getting that kind of return on a monster that's not that big a threat to our hit points thanks to the damage output. Life doesn't get better than that. And it doesn't get much worse than this. We get 3 Sphinx Minier right out of the chute here. Just gonna have to keep up on these suckers and hope we don't get stuck in a resurrection situation. So far, things aren't going too bad. The Minier are too focused on casting those lightning spells at us, and we actually make it through 1 kill apiece. Again, 26 experience a pop for Akosua, and we are moving to portal number 3 here. Get ourselves an Iron Ball Titan. Big old giant guy. Absolutely love the way these thunder fields look. With this like sort of evening sunset sky. See Dalagon's breath attack doing quite a bit there. Just a little smattering of portals left. Picked up a symbol. Very helpful for them, app room. See, even though they didn't get the elemental hit there, they got some boosted damage from the app room, and yeah, when they did get the elemental hit on the second attack, that was well over 800 damage. Not too many things are going to stand up to that kind of damage output, I'll tell you that for certain. Here's some heavy footsteps coming. I think we triggered the portal, but I think we may have lucked out and the portal was just a treasure chest. Now the question is, can we get rid of all of these Minier before the chest goes away? Looks like a Dalagon coming in from the back too. See, there goes the res train. And that's really what we have to worry about there. The Minier being able to raise each other. That's why I'm kind of ignoring the Dalagon at the moment. I believe Akosua is trying to focus on them. My primary focus is the Minier here. Just try and get them down. I believe, yeah, that's 2 down, and that is 3. Now with nothing left to resurrect, we could focus on the dragon, and it should go down in a pretty big hurry. Akosua's SP is drained, but we managed to get through easily enough. And since I see Rig Game has worn off, I'll go ahead and reapply to both of us. I don't think we reached the chest in time, and honestly, I can't remember where the chest was, so that's on me. But we did survive the encounter. 3 more Sphinx Menhir. How lucky can we be to face so many Sphinx Menhir, huh? It's 1 down. Oh, it just got rezzed in the nick of time, and now the resurrection train is a-rollin'. Looks like maybe the second one failed to res? Either way, we did make it through. Looks like my speed charm wore off. Go ahead and get that reapplied, and now I've got to play some catch up, don't I? Just going in the direction of the rig game number there. And it looks like Akosua is in a world of trouble. 2 Sphinx Menhir and a Dalagon. And more Menhir coming in from the back. Oh, this is indeed shaping up to be a pretty dire encounter. See, we get kind of stunned in place there as the Menhir all go a cast. And honestly, that's not the worst result to have them cast like crazy like that, because there's less of a chance for a revival that way. Throw a potion over. Poor guy's probably wondering what I'm on to willingly select a field like this. Well, does he know it's the magic of the random word generator? Hey, level up though. That's always good. See, I'd chuck a spell out, but the only spell I've got equipped to shortcut is Thunder Element anyway, so it wouldn't really do much good. That one's nearly down. I'm going to go ahead and start working on this other Menhir, maybe get them to drop at pretty much the same time. That would be the dream, would it not? There it is. Instantaneously, the exact same second. Just how we planned it out, and we'll pretend that was all intentional. Looks like we got one more little bitty portal left, and it is right next to the dungeon. So let's run over, make sure we grab ourselves some Mandragora first. Portal is triggered, and just a lonely Sphinx Menhir. You know, after you face down 4 or 5 of them in a cluster with a Dalagon running in for fun, one of them all in their lonesome isn't so bad. Just like that, the field is clear and it's time to head in the dungeon. Oh, hearing more heavy footsteps. A couple more Menhir to go. The Wandering Monsters are strong with this field. Fortunately, we take it out like the group of semi-professional Menhir busters we have been dubbed. Time to head in the dungeon now. Parablade Masters sorta idle animating in unison. Nothing strange at all there. And now into the dungeon we go. Cool little sci-fi spaceship theme. Gonna go ahead, get some buffs reapplied before we go into the next room, because as the person doing voiceover on this video, I am a bit of a tyrant and I will take control of this damn upload if I so choose. Little bit of tyranny humor there, hope it landed. First room's fairly blank, you heard an immature egg in the background. I'm going to be moving to a room with a treasure chest in the corner. Apparently neither one of us are too interested in the loot there, so we go to the semicircle room. Going to be heading to the side entrance here. As we could see, these stairs down are below us, so best to check out the rest of the dungeon first. Carve up this Iron Ball Titan, first monster of the dungeon, all the way on room 5, counting the entrance. Not too often you see that. I'll pick a lightning bolt up out of that chest, and now we have sort of a choose-your-own adventure. Got a hub room here, treasure chest out of the portal, and then it splits off. Dead ahead and to the left and the right, both sides sort of gradually making their way up. We'll go top side first, as this has kind of a long diagonal corridor leading to one of those square rooms with the little inset from the top to the middle. Got a Dalagon coming out of the portal. Death Touch hits well, so by the time Akosua comes around, all he's got to do is land once, and we're in good shape there. Nice way to earn 26 experience and a bonus chest. Gotta love that. Do a little bit of the old backtrack here. I think I'm gonna bust these barrels. You know, just cuz. Dead ahead, so left on your map will be our next choice, just a dead end corridor here. One portal and one chest showing. Speed charm wore off, and we're up against a Big Eyes, which means the water attack is going to do precious little. Switches up to a Gigan Slash. And that is that battle in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and reapply my speed boost. App do the do. And time to head down to the bottom branch. Got one of these sort of rooms that reminds me of a capital W. Also got an Iron Ball Titan, which reminds you the importance of accessorizing. Heard a treasure chest spawn behind us. And now this room has a treasure chest right in the middle on that pedestal, flanked by 2 mechs. I'm more interested in that row of barrels there. Picked up a sports drink out of the third one. I also picked something up out of the first barrel, but I was honestly looking away at the time. Very pointy spears sticking up out of that gap. When you see visuals like that, you aren't so upset with the invisible wall thing. One more portal left here on the first floor as we make our way back to the semicircle room, and now we'll take the downward branch. Break a vase for good luck. Don't try that at home. And good luck we had. The portal spawns a treasure chest, so a double treasure room there. And now the stairs down to floor 2. Floor number 2 starts with a long hallway. Rather long hallway, so long in fact I realize that neither one of us are regenerating skill points, and this could get bad. So 2 rig games later, we are ready to dive boldly into the second floor of the dungeon, where I almost trip over an immature egg. Take the side passage in this V-shaped room as we saw the stairs down again at the very bottom right of the map. Risky treasure there. Akosua will open. I will pull a Summon Thunder out of the mundane treasure chest. sort of a five-sided shaped room, a home plate shaped room, if you will. Taking out the Iron Ball Titan in the middle. And now time to meander our way upward. Words you generally don't use, fighting in a gauntlet of pure evil, meander. Up against some Infernos and Akosua, just clearing house with that water attack. Excellent timing, as those Inferno have a confusion attack, and that could really be trouble for us. Got another portal there. It is yielding the old blue mimic, risky treasure. After a little risky business, we find ourselves into an empty room, preparing to head further upward. Recovery drink out of that barrel. Nice quality refreshment for those who are feeling hit point deprived. Now we're up against another Inferno. That one goes down rather quick. Time to re-up some buffs on Akosua. That magic defense should help nicely with those Infernos. I keep wanting to call them liches because of the higher up form that's been throttling me of late. Here's a big eyes, so that water attack won't do too much, but I will go ahead and set some preliminary damage down. I'll follow up with an earth attack to get some quality damage in, and I will hit the finish. Again, good experience. If this goes to be a deeper dungeon, I would expect Akosua to level up again. Throw out a quick thank you for that heal. Gotta make sure my window's active first. By the way, for those of you who are playing on emulation, little tip, if you find your keyboard isn't being recognized, make sure the game window is the active one selected. Very long way to backtrack here, but such is the price of progress, or in this case, the price of regress. Yeah. What do you know? Sometimes you gotta go back to go forward. Feel free to use that sentence when you're trying to sound deep. It doesn't really mean anything. It just sounds that way. Quality hits in, as you'd expect against larger monsters. Those are typically rather difficult to miss. Looks like Akosua's speed boost has worn off, which means mine is probably not long for this world, and the rig games are gone as well, so let's go ahead and get those back up. As we can see, Akosua is loading. Yet another reminder that I really need to change these chat messages. They're still on the defaults from when I created this character way back in August of 2020. So nice to say way back when referring to any part of 2020. Another one of the home plate shaped rooms, and we've got Infernos. Not going to be messing around because the worst case scenario has happened. I have gotten confused. So is Akosua, but let's be honest, I wasn't really going to lose that fight, now was I? Unfortunately, I have to wait for confusion to end. Res them. Throw out a quick apology, because, you know, even though there wasn't too much we could do there, it still sucks to get killed by your teammate. Reapply their buffs, and to the next room we go. Rather happy to see a Big Eyes at this point, because it has no confusion attack. Now we've both got some solid damage on it, and now all that's left is the finish. So that's 2 floors down. Time to head to the 3rd. Looks like we've got some larger rooms here. First room here out of the chute. Rather mundane. Break a couple boxes. Got an Inferno and a Sphinx Menhir. My head says the Inferno can cause confusion. My heart says just beat up the Menhir. Okay, looks like we've got a dead end beneath us. We should probably clear that portal out before going too far down. Small room with a treasure chest en route. And now here we go. Walk down a medium-sized corridor, widens out at the end, where we face another Big Eyes. Akosua this time starting with the earth attack, so no delay, no wasted movement. Always good to see an efficient attack strategy. Again, the 2 mechs guarding the altar. Just off to the right, we've got a 4-way hub room. Got little inserts at all of the cardinal directions. Immature egg in the left side one. And top side, and the bottom and right sides are going to be stocked with treasure chests. Bottom side is an empty room. Top side has an empty room followed by a room with a portal, so we should clear that out. And perhaps the right will have our stairs down to the 4th floor. Big Death Touch attack, and that Big Eyes is down before attack 1 can land. Always good to see that. Take this moment to heal up a few of the hit points I've lost. Not any real danger for me there for those couple hundred lost, but always good to be closer to full just in case things go kinda sideways on us. Sure enough, at the end of this long corridor to the right, the stairs down happen to be. Let's hope that's the most awkward sentence I say in this, huh? Reapply rig game to Akosua before taking the plunge down to floor number 4. Fairies are investigating this here map, and they're telling me that right out of the gate we're going to have a 90-degree turn room with a portal right about there. Just a treasure chest inside the portal. So we're going to run through the doors that slides open. Here an immature egg, and we're just going to pass that little guy up as we go to the next room. Portal at the beginning, and oh, it's the dynamic duo, a Sphinx Menhir and what is that now? A pair of Arc Prince? The Arc Princes and the Menhirs can all resurrect. Arc Princes can also do a paralyze attack. We did manage to get rid of one Arc Prince, and I'm fairly certain we just got rid of the Menhir. Yep. That takes care of the encounter, but not without a little bit of difficulty. Go ahead and pick up a lightning bolt there. And now it's time to venture forth to the next portal. Oof. An Inferno and an Arc Prince. Have to trust Akosua on the Inferno and take out the Arc Prince to avoid resuscitation of any type. 90-degree turn room. Let's see what we find inside. 2 more arc prints and a menhir. My goodness, is this floor of the dungeon not playing well with us. Looks like my speed boost wore off, which is going to be a definite detriment. No argument there. Finally get rid of one of the arc princes. That's positive momentum. Looks like the menhir is down as well. That arc prince sure picked a bad time to go for that paralyzing attack, especially since it missed its target. Take a moment, get these buffs reapplied to Akosua, and on we travel. Medium-sized square with a portal in the middle, and that portal is going to give us a Sphinx menhir and an Inferno. Confusion attack from the Inferno misses, which means we have time to come over. Akosua hits it, almost hits it. Went for that big water attack. Big critical, and we managed to finish the job. Sort of tempting fate there, but it was worth it to get some extra experience in. See the stairs down there. So we know we're in for at least 5 floors of fun. Speaking of fun, here's 2 Sphinx menhir, just to show you that I in fact have no concept of what fun really is. 1 menhir down and right back up again thanks to resurrection shenanigans as we finish off the second, and now it's time to go after the first third. Hope that made sense. There will be a test at the end of the dungeon. Who am I kidding? There won't be. At the most, there will probably be a fade out and then some cheesy music samples I mashed together. It seems to be a fairly successful pattern. Why fix what isn't broken? Couple empty rooms, giving my thumb a much needed breather before heading down to the 5th floor. And into floor number 5 we arrive. Big long hallway. Potential treasure room off to the right of this square room we are about to enter. But first things first, we have to take care of this portal. Just a solo arc prince, not the scariest thing to see on its own, and down before it can say, "I want to take your hit points." Terrible accents are me. Let's head this way and clear out more of these portals, as there seems to be a pretty good 1 small to medium sized room, 1 portal ratio here. Coming up on 3 Sphinx menhir, my apologies. Get some resurrection shenanigans afoot. And we get somewhat stunned in place while they go a-casting. Starting to work on these 2 independently of each other, so they're nice and low on the hit points. Managed to finish the menhir battle without too much difficulty. And there is another level up for Akosua. So we have certainly achieved the goal we set out for today. Gaining them some levels, having some fun, and, you know, taking out some baddies here in the old dot hack fragment. It's 1 menhir down. Will it stay down? Yes, it will. And there's the second. Next portal has the Arc Prince Sphinx menhir combination. I go after the Arc Prince, and in vain, as the menhir primed for resurrection as I hit lethal damage. Happened again, so we switch targets to the menhir, take it down, and finally finish up with the Arc Prince. risky treasure there. Take a moment to get the hit points replenished a little, and that finishes off that leg of this fifth and final floor. At least I'm hoping fifth and final. I shouldn't say that before we confirm it. Just kind of feels that way with all of the small to medium rooms, and of course that room that certainly does look like a treasure room. Risky treasure out of this portal, and yeah, that all but confirms it. Every other conceivable direction ends in a dead end, so that is the statue room just up above us to the right. Now it's just a matter of clearing all of this fun out and making our way back. Arc Prince 1 is down. Arc Prince 2 falls but comes back up thanks to some resurrection. 3 is now down, and 2 is in critical shape. Managed to take down all 3 Arc Princes with only 1 resurrection. Excellent teamwork there, making the dream work. More Arc Princes as the dream turns into a rather recurring nightmare. The nice thing is those paralyze attacks just haven't been hitting at all. It's been a wonderfully successful thing for us. Once again, 1 resurrection, but that's not going to dampen our spirits. What will dampen our spirits is a lack of buffs and speed. So let's go ahead and get those back up. Take this pause for station identification. You're listening to a grumpy old guy gaming, a man so old he fakes his own radio ads to take and waste time in the middle of uploads. And we're back. Two more portals to clear out in the dungeon. Make that 3. Completely forgot about that square room off to the far left. Well, as it turns out, 2 is a more accurate description because that portal was just a treasure chest. Maybe we can get a couple finery encounters here. Of course, we've had a pretty tricky go of it. If not for the fact that I'm level 73, I think it would have been a much more daunting time. Every now and then, when the game is being a little less than fair, it doesn't hurt to have someone in the party a little over-leveled, just to make sure that things are going okay. Not to take anything away from Akosua, they are certainly more than holding their own there. Can't forget that Inferno portal they absolutely wrecked. Always fun to see fun things like that happen. Last portal of the dungeon, just 1 Arc Prince. Rather anticlimactic, but we will certainly take it. Now, not much to do but head back to the statue. So as far as personal advancement goes, not the most rewarding dungeon for me, but that's okay. We helped out a fellow fragment player. We had a fun time doing so. Took on a bunch of unique encounters. And here we are at the end of our journey. Lance, you're watching on. Akosua had a blast, as did I, and as they grabbed the chest, I want to thank you all for checking out this episode. Hopefully you're doing well, and whatever you're getting up to today, have fun and make it the best it can be. I'm going to go ahead and pop a Sprite Ocarina now. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you around.